But before that, we've still got another race to complete. And it's, of course, our Honda R200s. Their final is coming up next. We continue on thick and fast then here at Shenington onto the Honda R200 final. 9 drivers in total on the grid for this one. And we're very close on points from today, impressively so. Kart on pole position on 99 points. Jensen Charity alongside him on the front row on 98 points. Jake Barnett and JJ Allen on row 2 with 96 and 92 points respectively. Then Maddie Horsball and William Hossack on row 3, they're on 90 and 89 points respectively. Then Alfie Facer, Hallie Findlater and Jack Clark round out the grid of 9 drivers here in Honda R200. Well, Jensen Charity was mightily impressive at round number 1. We're not going to go this time, though. We go round again. False start here in the Honda R200s. And you see that green and yellow V-shaped flag there, both being waved at the start-finish straight and also on the flashing light panels on each of the marshal posts. That denotes the false start. And the drivers all head round again. So clearly, the race director's not happy with something on the race start there. Either the driver's not in the correct formation, not closed up enough, or they've accelerated too fast to the line. There's plenty of reasons as to why a false start can be called, but one of those reasons was spotted, and that is why we're going round again for another kilometre or so to look to get this race underway. Second time of asking then. As you can see there from the driver gesticulating to slow down, I think we can maybe assume that that's the reason why we didn't go for the race start then on that first time of asking. As I think our top 2 on the front row just a little bit too eager to get this race underway. Yes, so Jensen Charity was your victor in the final at round number 1 at Fullbeck, and he leads the championship going into today. They're still going too fast, drivers. You can see, look, they're almost at full race speed there coming out the final corner. We can't do that, guys. We cannot be at full race speed before we see that flag drop. Of course, don't forget. So the rules are, come out the final corner. It's the top 2 on the grid who dictate the pace, and it should be around half race pace heading out the final corner. They should run at half race pace all the way up the start-finish straight, up the tram lines, and as soon as the flag drops, that's when they can go to full throttle, and as soon as they then come out of the tram lines and across the timing line, that is when they can break the formation and start racing. So clearly, the drivers on the front row of the grid for this one, being Carter Lundy and Jensen Charity, a little bit too quickly out of that final corner. You can see there, the lovely marshals here at the UK Kart Series just making sure, come on guys, slow this one down. We want to get it underway. Third time of asking. Well, will it be third time lucky here then in the Honda R200s? Let's hope that it is. Carter Lundy on pole position. Jensen Charity joining him on that front row. And those are the top 2 in the championship. Almost inseparable throughout today. Almost inseparable in the championship. Will they be inseparable in this race though? We'll soon find out. 10 minutes on the clock, and immediately round the outside goes Jensen Charity. Into the lead of the race he goes, and through will follow JJ Allen as well. Great start from the anti-pole side of the grid, and both those 2 scampering on by. So it's Charity then from Allen, and then Carter Lundy following closely behind in 3rd place, but he might just lose 3rd place. Goes too deep on the brakes there through Stratford and goes wide. Has he been able to trot back across and get back into position? I think he has. Yes, he has. There is the 99 in 3rd place then. So he manages to stop that negative momentum there on the first lap. He chops back across and holds 3rd place, and now can refocus his attention to the 2 drivers ahead. Well, already, this could be positive for the rest of the race. Jensen Charity's defending there down into the Wilkins complex. That gives the opportunity on the exit now to Carter Lundy. He gets the inside line of 1. Can he get 2? Not quite. And he continues to run side by side for 2nd place. He'll have the inside line back to the outside line then there at Cafe Bend. And he now slots in behind JJ Allen once more. Could this be the opportunity of a Charity though? I think that was maybe a little bit of tactics there from Jensen Charity at a Wilkins complex on the first lap. I'm not even quite sure he was defending only to hold on to the lead. Of course, he could have felt the push down the back straight, down hanger straight from the number 10 of JJ Allen. I think it was partially trying to keep the lead, but also partially trying to back JJ into Carter Lundy. He could see Carter closing back in. He thought, well, if these 2 start to squabble, I can get away here. But nope, it hasn't worked. He hasn't been able to get away, and now he defends once again through Wilkins complex. He holds the lead, but for how much longer? Chop back back to the inside line does JJ Allen, and JJ Allen might just have the race lead here. Squeezes Charity out wide, and JJ Allen's through. Race lead then goes to the number 10. And for the first time in this race, we have a change at the sharp of the order. JJ Allen leads now from Jensen Charity and Carter Lundy. And look, with this battling and defending, more drivers joining the fray as well. We are not opening up a battle pack at all in this one. We're staying all together, which is just what we want to see in a final. Whoa, look at that rubbinous racing there between third and fourth. That was very close. That could have ended very badly there. You saw the smoke coming off the tyres there as they heavily rubbed together there down the runway straight. But thank goodness they're able to come out of it scot-free, and they continue to press on. That is Jake Barnett getting all sorts of feisty there in fourth place. A little bit too slidey through the Wilkins complex, and he stays in fourth for now. Jensen Charity still there in second place then, with Carter Lundy right on his tail, but it is Jake Barnett with the fastest lap of the race so far for 49.304. Lovely, lovely lap from him. Let's see if he can do anything with that overall race pace. Well, for the moment, now Charity's defending for second place. Well, this is the opportunity that JJ Allen needs, isn't it? He checks over the shoulder. He now drops down, activating that human DRS to try and maximise aerodynamic efficiency down the runway straight as he continues to try and break away here. Charity needs to stop defending. He needs to work together here with Lundy and Barnett if they want any chance at a race win in this race. Less than 7 minutes now left to go on the clock, with 1 lap additional as well, don't forget. Jensen Charity still defending in this one. I think for him, maybe there's a bit of thought of the championship in this one as well. Of course, he is battling with Carter Lundy in the championship. As long as he can keep Lundy behind, he's sure to hold that championship lead into round number 3 when we head to Hooton Park. But that might be, I mean, I was going to say it's kind of short-sighted, but he is thinking long-sighted. But actually, it is a little bit short-sighted because the likes of JJ Allen will still be in with a championship shout by the end of the season. You don't know how these points are going to affect things by the end of the championship season. And it might not be Carter Lundy that you're battling with, Jensen. So, bigger picture thoughts here. We might just want to work together for the next few minutes to try and reel back in JJ Allen. Well, that's the thought of Jake Barnett for the moment. Anyway, pushing Carter Lundy down the hangar straight. And Lundy is fired up here. Can he launch an attack here on the 55 of Jensen Charity? Charity goes a little bit wider off the final corner. Overlap, not quite for Carter Lundy. But like I say, he is looking feisty here. I think Charity knows it. I think Charity's going to be defending here once again, then down into the Wilkins complex. And it's now an over 1 second lead for JJ Allen. One courtesy of the defending from Jensen Charity, but also courtesy of his fastest lap. A 48.9 has just been set by JJ Allen, the first driver to drop down into the 48s. Very impressive pace then from JJ Allen. As soon as he's got through from Jensen Charity, he's had his eye on the prize as he's looked to scamper off into a different postcode, and for the moment he's doing exactly what he needs to do out there at the sharp end. Well, Charity still defending. Is it enough though? He will trot back across just in time there down into Wilkins. And again, Lundy not able to do anything with this seemingly little bit of extra pace he has over Jensen Charity. And ditto to Jake Barnett behind as well. Not able to find a chink in the armour of the drivers ahead. And again, for the moment, having to settle for 4th place. Well, these 3 battling has now brought William Hassack back into play as well there in 5th on kart number 88. So Hassack now trying to get involved, and Maddie Horspool's not too far away from these drivers as well. I could only imagine the older sister of Ashton that we saw in the Hondas earlier on. Maddie doing a valiant effort there in 6th place, and has her eyes set on these 4 drivers ahead, all still squabbling over track position. All sorts of sideways there for the 55 of Jensen Charity there through the hangar corner. I think that was courtesy of a little bit of a push there from Carter Lundy as Jensen started to put the steering angle on. A little bit of push just unsettled him a bit, but he held the slide very nicely and still stays there in 2nd place. This is a defensive masterclass at the moment here from Jensen Charity. And like we say, still holding on to P2 somehow. This is brilliant from Jensen. But again, this is only playing into the hands of JJ Allen. That gap now 1.8 seconds between Allen and Charity. And once again, Charity checking over the shoulder. Now Charity decides to point forward. You're sending mixed messages there, Jensen. You've been defending for the last 6 minutes in this race, and now you want to work together. Oh no, you're going to defend again. Well, okay, anyway. Jensen wants the drivers to think one thing and then do a totally other, which, honestly, Jensen, I respect it. Fair play. He wants to have his cake and eat it, and for the moment, he's doing just that. And it seems to be quite the yummy cake there in 2nd place. Well, on to lap number 9 we go now then in this one. And still, the 55 holding on there in second place. And again, this battle just rumbling on here, rumbling on. No changes in amongst these three drivers. But Kartalundi doing everything he can to try and set something up. But it seems as though Charity just has all the answers at the moment to keep these two behind. Out of the Stratford hairpin we go once more. And again, Charity just about doing enough. Still, JJ Allen, the only driver down in the 48s. He's now done a 48.8, and he is consistently in the 48s as well. Last lap of 48.9. Let's look at this. Round the outside this time, attempting his Kartalundi there at Hanger. That would have been a bold move. Goes a bit too deep, though, down into the Wilkins complex. He'll hook it up, though. V's off the corner on the exit. But he's getting frustrated with Jensen Charity as Charity blocks there over the start-finish line. So Lundy getting frustrated, but to my eyes anyway, I've not seen Charity do anything that I would say is untoward or against the rules. He's simply being aggressive in his defence. I think more frustration from Carter in just a case of, Jensen, we could maybe have had a shot for the win here, but now we've battled for so long that JJ Allen is off. Well, Cartalundi's actually got a contact warning from his troubles from all of that, so clearly the steward is feeling, and actually that bit of contact was his doing and not Jensen's. But he's going to try it again here around the outside of Hanger. Can he get far enough alongside this time? No, he cannot. And once more, he'll try and get the exit. But that's not going to help. Smashes straight into the rear bumper there of Jensen Charity and gives all the momentum that he had to the driver ahead. Well, 1 minute and a half still left to go on the clock there in this one, ladies and gentlemen. And we continue to rumble on. Well, finally, William Hossack is actually right into this battle now. He's always been a kart length or two off the back of these three, but now he finds himself right with them as still Charity defends down into Stratford. They need this to kick off a little bit more here if the likes of Matty Horspool wants to join the fray as well. But as we say, I sound like I'm repeating myself because I am, that Charity just doing everything he needs to do here. It's been mightily impressive from Jensen here to hold on to second place. And he's looking to just wrap up some good points in this round. Add to his already very impressive championship tally that he's racked up from round number 1 at Fullbeck. Well, less than a minute to go then as we head here onto lap number 12 of this race. Drivers doing 48-second lap time, so I think this will be the third to last lap. This will be just about, with JJ Allen now leading by over 3 seconds with another fastest lap of the race from kart number 10, a 48.813 on the last lap from JJ Allen. He's only getting faster and faster. Well, he's closing up on the back marker of Jack Clark at the moment. Let's see. Let's hope that Jack doesn't get in his way too much here and is able to move out of the way and allow for JJ to scythe on by. As there was a driver stop there on the exit there of the chicane. Try and see who that was there who's pulled over to the side of the circuit. But a shame. Looks as though one of our drivers out here with only a few seconds on the clock. Well, JJ Allen's going to come under the gantry here with about 10 seconds left to go. So it will be the penultimate lap of the race this time for our Honda R200 drivers. Through Cafe goes your race leader. And there we just about get them in the same camera shot as Charity still leads Lundy, Barnett and Hossack. Kartalundi must be getting sick of looking at the back of Jensen Charity's kart. He still can't find a way through. But to be fair to him, he's still been able to do enough to keep Jake Barnett behind, despite Jake being right on his tail for the entirety that this battle has been going on through this race. Carter's in that really challenging position of not only is he having to think about the driver ahead, he's also thinking about the driver behind. Well, the driver was behind, he's now alongside. You saw that bit of momentum lost there through the chicane for Kartalundi, and he immediately tapped his helmet to want to work together with Jake, basically saying to Jake, please don't overtake me because I made that mistake. Well, Jake said, absolutely not, son. I am going to overtake you, and I'm going to take the last position on the podium. Well, finally, we have a shuffle around here in this battle for the bottom end of the podium, and Barnett's through into third place. Now, it's his first time here on the rear bumper of Jensen Charity. Can he be the one to finally make a move here on the final lap of the Honda R200 final? Lundy looks to remake an overtake with Hossack now getting involved as well. He can't quite pull alongside, but what an exit for Kartalundi. He fires his way back round the outside, but he can't quite hold it there. And back through goes Jake Barnett. Brilliant battling here on the final lap, but all of this is continuing to play into the hands of JJ Allen. These three will follow line astern down into the final couple of corners, but as you see on the other side, JJ Allen exits the final corner and he wins by a considerable margin here in the Honda R200s. What a great race from JJ Allen. Stole away the race lead on only lap 2 or 3 and then drove off into the sunset. Jensen Charity with a defensive masterclass there through the Honda R200 final. Very impressively done there from Jensen Charity, to the frustration of Carter Lundy, but nonetheless, nothing untoward. He takes the points for second place. A very well done there to Jensen, and Jake Barnett stealing away that final position on the podium from Carter Lundy there right in the dying moments. A shame there for Carter. He really deserved a podium position there, but sadly that tiny mistake through chicane really came to cost him, and he ends up in P4. William Hossack rounds out the top 5 there, well and truly in and amongst that battle for second place, but not quite able to get stuck in. Matty Horspool a second or two off the back of those drivers battling, and then followed by Hallie Finlater, Alfie Facer and Jack Clark rounding out the order then. All 9 drivers taking to the flag, but